If you've got a lift or leveling kit on your 2009 and newer Ram 1500, or even if your truck is otherwise stock, upgrading your upper control arms is a must for proper suspension alignment and performance. This kit offers additional strength and flexibility to get your truck aligned and driving properly no matter what sort of situations you encounter. Now, just a quick note about fitment before we dive in too deep here. This kit is designed to fit all 2009 and newer Ram 1500s, excluding RHO and TRX models. So what we have here is a heavy-duty control arm setup that's designed to fit in place of your OEM upper control arms, and these will work perfectly on your truck anywhere from stock ride height up to 2 inches of lift. Now, these ones are tubular in design and come with brand new heavy-duty ball joints and new polyurethane bushings. So these are going to be stiffer and stronger than what your truck came with from the factory. And as long as you don't go overboard with the lift, they can help accommodate larger tires. That means you'll be able to get your truck properly aligned so it will drive straight and true down the road, and you'll be able to better maintain control of the truck. Now, the polyurethane bushings here and the heavy-duty ball joints also mean that these are going to be a bit stiffer than stock as well, so you'll get more positive feedback and more immediate response from both your suspension and steering. The polyurethane bushings deflect less than the standard rubber bushings, and you can tell as soon as you pick them up, these are pretty stiff. So that means that things aren't going to move around as much over bumps or during turns. Just makes things a bit more responsive and easy to control. The ball joints and bushings are also greasable and feature integrated Zerk fittings on top so you can re-lubricate them and help extend their life. The arms themselves are made from 1.25-inch diameter tubular steel, which is powder-coated black for additional good looks and protection. Those bushings, again, these are polyurethane, which is that harder compound we were just talking about. And you've got those greasable heavy-duty ball joints at the ends for additional strength. Put that all together, and that means you've got a really strong, durable setup that should last you a good long while. Pricing comes in at about $375, making these some of the most affordable upgraded control arms on the market for these trucks. Now, if you're looking to upgrade and you want to get good features without having to spend a bundle of money on them, these are going to be a perfect fit for you. Installation gets a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 2 hours to complete. Now, these are designed again to be a totally bolt-on upgrade that doesn't require you to make any permanent modifications to your truck. However, separating ball joints can be a bit of a pain, so make sure you've got the proper tools and some time set aside to get the job done. Also, make sure you get a proper alignment done once you've got everything buttoned up. We're going to walk you through the install process right now, so for that, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you need a grease gun, 7/8, 21, and 10mm wrench, pry bar, hammer, diagonal cutters, and zip ties. All right, today we're gonna be installing an upper control arm on our Ram, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is get our ABS wire off. That simply just pulls off of our clip there. We just let that rest aside. Now we're gonna get our ball joint separated. So we're gonna grab our 21mm wrench and loosen this nut here. Now we're gonna get that pretty much off and thread it back on a couple threads. We're gonna get a hammer, hit on our knuckle here to get that separated. All right, now that that's separated, if you want, you can take a pry bar, just get tension off it. If it does, thread that nut off. We'll lift this up off our knuckle and just let that rest on the side. Lastly, we just have our two 21mm bolts up top. They are on the outside, so they're with locking nuts on the inside. So grab our 21mm wrench, take those out. Just gonna thread that out, take our locking nut out. Do the same thing on the other side. All right, take our bolt out. We can remove our whole control arm. Now you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, now before we get our control arm on our truck, we need to do a little bit of assembly. As you can see, we do have a 2-inch lift on here. So since these are 0 to 2-inch lift, we're all set to go. Now for each side, we're gonna need to put 2 bushings and then a sleeve in the middle. We also have a grease fitting, but we'll get to that. Now we have some supplied grease. We're just gonna open that up, just grease. We're just gonna slide on inside the control arm here. See if we can get that slid in there. Sometimes we might need a little bit of persuasion, so we have a dead blow just in case. Get that in there, get our sleeve in. put this on the edge of our table here, just give it a little tap. See, that's all assembled there. I'm gonna grab one of our grease fittings. Just go ahead and thread that on. Now this is not gonna tighten down all the way. It is a little bit tapered, but we're just gonna grab our 9mm wrench and snug that up. Now you can go ahead and do the same thing on the other side over here and the other control arm that you have. So we're gonna get our control arm on. So now you just wanna make sure you have the right one. Ball joint will be offset towards the back of the truck. It's also labeled L right there. So we'll get this lined up and get our bolts through. We'll get our capture nuts threaded on. We'll come back and tighten those later. So now we'll get our ball joint onto our knuckle, get that lined up. That push down, get our supplied nut and thread that on. Now we can go ahead and grab our 21mm ratcheting wrench and go ahead and tighten that down. Take our same 21mm ratcheting wrench, tighten our 2 upper bolts. So you see there's no longer a mounting point here for our ABS line, so we're gonna grab a zip tie and just zip tie this up out of the way. Go ahead, take a pair of diagonal cutters, just cut off the extra. The last thing we need to do is just grease our fittings. So we'll grab our grease gun, push that on our fitting, go ahead and pump those up. Same thing on the other side. And once you have this side all done, you can go to repeat all those same steps on the other side of the truck. And that wraps up our install of our front upper control arms for a 0 to 2 inch lift for a 2009 and newer Ram 1500, excluding the RHO and TRX. And remember, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.